Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Sharon Whiteman, and I partner with Diana Hunter and Gary Knapp each and every week, bringing this education to our community and to those that we love and care about. Now, I've been partnered with Manitech for my well-being for the last 20 plus years. I think it's coming on 23 next year. And I've been just blessed. And I didn't know about this option for my well-being. And at that time, I was in a very hopeless situation in regards to my health. And this, while I was skeptical, turned my head because someone safe with me and kind with me and compassionate didn't force me. They just said, take a look at this. And it just made sense to me. Today, we have Diana Hunter. She's one of our go-to educators in the area of nutrition in lots of areas, actually, but this is one of her prime gifts, is being able to share with us the detail and the science and also the practical aspects of improving your well-being with nutrition. Diana Hunter is a Gold Executive Director with Manitech and a simply outstanding educator. She has pursued a passionate interest in complementary health for over 30 years, initially driven by her own health challenges, and then by her genuine desire to assist others in maintaining good health naturally. Diana holds an associate diploma in allied health, a certificate in basic nutrition and health, and is a successful fat loss coach. She has assisted hundreds and hundreds of people with their wellness goals through utilizing the Manitech real food technology products. In this call, we're focusing on one of our unsung heroes. It's a product called Nutriverus. It's sometimes overlooked because it kind of seems simple. It's just a powder that adds extra punch. But I can tell, even when I had quite an extensive supplement regime and I added this in, it really gave me a lift in regards to energy and sleep. So Diana Hunter, I'm handing over to you. I'm looking forward to hearing what you have to say about our amazing Nutriverus.
Thank you, Sharon, and thank you for your kind introduction. Welcome, everyone. I'm excited to be here with you and sharing this information of what you can do to make a difference in your health. You know, many people would simply like to feel a bit better. And I'm going to be talking about an option that really can make a difference. So most people are wanting to experience the best out of their life. They're looking for the health, the vitality that's going to, give them optimal work performance, maybe business achievement, fully participating with their family and activities, or perhaps, meeting their exercise and fitness goals. So if your goal is for optimal health and vitality, then we need to go back to the basic premise of that, as nature has designed, is that it's through nutrition that we take into our body on a daily basis. Our body is made up of 100% nutrition. So I'm not just talking about what are called the macronutrients. So those are the fats, the proteins, and the carbohydrates. I'm referring to the micronutrients, the amino acids, fatty acids, vitamins and minerals, phytochemicals, the nutrients that deliver and the energy and the vitality and the optimal well-being that we all desire. But the unfortunate truth is that in our modern world, there are three main pressures on our health that affecting many people's health and well-being. And the first one is that the quality of our food is diminishing. And this is happening as a slow creep. So it's barely noticeable in the short term, but noticeable over many decades. And it's happening because our soils are becoming more and more depleted. They're not putting the broad spectrum of nutrition that needs to be in the soil if it's going to be in the harvest. And then on top of that, we're picking our fruits and vegetables green and before they're ripened on their vine, and that significantly depletes the nutritional content of the food. And then on top of that, we're adding a whole range of chemicals to our farm production, and then we're harvesting it and transporting it for long distances and then over processing our food. So by the time it gets on our dinner table, it can be significantly depleted in the nutritional content. And some leading experts are saying that one of the most dangerous places for our health is the local supermarket because of the denatured food there. Now, in addition to that, the other pressure we're facing is the toxic load in our environment. And I rarely get any arguments about this now, that you may not realize, but since the 1930s and 40s, we've launched over 100,000 new chemicals into our environment that didn't even exist before that time. And our bodies aren't designed to deal with them. And, if you think some people are doing their best to minimize toxic load, but none of us are free from that exposure. They have found these toxins in the North and South Pole. They've found them in all fish wherever tested. And there was an interesting study on the Inuit Indians, I think they're from Alaska or Greenland. When they tested their blood, they had very high toxicity. And that's because the seafood that they're eating has toxins. And it's because these toxins are moving around the planet via the weather patterns and the waterways. The other pressure on our health is the level of stress that we're all experiencing in our modern world. And these three things are putting pressure on our immune system. And there's evidence that our immune health has declined in its capacity by about 30% in the last 20 years, and that it is continuing to decline. So, there's some clues there why we're starting to see a whole range of degenerative diseases and immune system problems that maybe we didn't see in our childhood at the prevalent levels that we're experiencing and seeing them now in our community. And this decline in nutritional content of our food, it's leading to a new form or a new definition of malnutrition. We can see the classic form here of this little child, which is, a really sad picture that exists on our planet still today in 2020. But we've now got this new form of malnutrition in our modern society, and it's showing up as obesity, fatigue, and early aging. And it's because our food is calorie rich, giving us some energy, but it's nutrition poor. And so people are wise to this now. Over the decades, more and more people have become aware. And this study out of a USA national survey revealed that 70% of people who were surveyed were choosing to supplement. And they're choosing to supplement because they want to feel better in a whole variety of aspects of their life, their energy, their sleep, stress, etc. But there are still people that ask the question, do I really need to supplement? And of course, the best start is a good diet. And here's our modern food pyramid. But there's plenty of science now showing that our food, is depleted. And here's just a couple of studies I wanted to share with you today. This first study was done on antioxidants alone. So antioxidants are the nutrients that protect our cells against damage from free radicals and from degeneration. Now, back in 1995, so what's that, 25 years ago, they did a study into the antioxidant content of fruit and vegetables. And as a result, the recommendation was to eat 5 to 7 fruits and veggies a day. You've probably heard that recommendation. Now, that exact same study was repeated in 2012, so 8 years ago. And as a result of that study, the new recommendation was to eat 7 to 14 fruits and vegetables a day. And so that is a ludicrous recommendation to make to the general public. Nobody can maintain that on a daily basis. But it's revealing the dire situation of the nutrition in our food. There was another study done in 2002 on vitamins alone. And based on that study of vitamin content in the average adult's diet, the American Medical Association, now they are a very conservative body. They won't come out and make statements unless there's solid science. And they came out 18 years ago and said that pending strong evidence of effectiveness from these trials, it appears prudent for all adults to take vitamin supplements. But it truly is buyer beware, because you may or may not be aware that the majority of nutritional products on the market today are synthetically manufactured. And this is just one example about vitamins and minerals. About 95% of vitamins and minerals in the supermarket, the pharmacies, and the health food shop are actually synthetically manufactured. And primarily they're byproducts of petroleum production. And that is not the way our body is designed to receive nutrition. In regard to minerals, they are often just ground up rocks or chemically altered in some way so that our body can utilize it to some degree. But again, that's not how our body was designed to receive minerals. What's meant to happen is the minerals are in the soil, the plant uptakes those minerals, and then we eat the plant. That is the way our body is designed to uptake and digest minerals. And so any form of intelligent or smart supplementation, wherever possible, should be food sourced, science-based, proven to be effective. When you put that in your body, it actually makes a difference and can be absorbed. And that's quality and safe so that you can take it in conjunction of your daily diet or alongside other medications that you may need to be taking. And at this point, I'd like to introduce, if you're not already aware, of Manitech. Manitech are an international nutritional research and development company, and they specialize in nutritional supplements that are derived wherever possible from food and plant sources. And they're world leaders in a specialty area called nutritional glycans. And I'm going to go into that in a little bit more detail in a moment. They were founded 26 years ago. So they have got this 26-year track record, and they're also open in 26 countries. They've invested over $50 million into research into their nutritional technologies so that you can be assured that there's solid science behind whatever they have to offer. And so they have many standalone nutritional products. And they came forward about 8 to 10 years ago with a broad-based multi-nutritional powder that is 100% derived from plant and food sources. It's called Nutriverus. Now, verus is a Latin word that means real or true. So really it's about a supplement that's from real or true food. And Nutriverus contains 4 pillars of nutrition. It contains these nutritional glycans, which are all about cellular communication and immune system support. More about that in a moment. Vitamins and minerals that are catalysts for a whole range of function in our body. Antioxidants that have this detoxification and neutralization of free radicals that cause damage and degeneration. And it has a rice bran extract base, which is a superfood, a multi-nutrient superfood. So this product is action-packed with real food nutrition. I have introduced this product to many, many people over the past decade. And I would say the far majority of people simply feel better. And, it's been a real insight to me as to that validation of that lack of nutrition that's in our regular diet. And a case in point is my brother. He reached out to me recently because he knew that his diet was inadequate. He was looking for something that he could add into his diet to put back some of the nutrition that was missing and, could feel a bit better, and also that was gentle to his digestion and, had some science and proof behind it. I got him started on the Nutriverus, and 2 weeks later, he contacted me asking for more. And so again, it was another validation to me of the value of this multi-nutrient powder adding into people's daily nutrition. And so I want to go a little bit deeper into why this product is so valuable. And the first pillar of nutrition that I mentioned is nutritional glycans. And these are all about the ability of our body, the cells of our body, the basic building block of our body, being able to communicate. Now, this here is a graphic of the cell, and this is the cell membrane. On every single cell of our body are these little antenna-like structures. And what happens, and they pass information like a coded language. So what happens is cells come up, rub up against each other and pass information. And they're communicating about all cellular structure and all cellular function. And these receptor sites are made up of nutritional glycans that should be in our diet but are missing. And of the 200 carbohydrates in nature, only 8 of them have this communication function. So what does our body need to communicate? Well, absolutely everything needs to be communicated, and these glycans are vital foundation for that communication. Our body needs to be able to communicate about nutrition, how much nutrition it needs, where it needs it, when it needs it. Regulation. You might be talking about blood pressure or body temperature or hormonal levels need to be regulated and communicated. Our body needs to communicate about cleansing, detoxification, removal of dead cells and debris. We need to be able to our body needs to know, I need extra support here. I'm being overextended. I need extra help here. And it also needs to be able to communicate identification. And this is the heart of our immune system. Our body needs to be able to recognize self or non-self and deal with it. Non-self might be a virus or a bacteria or a cancer cell, perhaps. Our body needs to be able to recognize that and launch the immune system to deal with that. And this is all done via these nutritional glycans that go onto the cell surface of the body. Now, Nutriverus has a range of these nutritional glycans, and these are unique to this company, Manitech. Manitech are the world leaders in nutritional glycan research and technology, and they hold the worldwide patents on a particular a glyconutrient called Manipole. Now, Manipole is one of the key glycans that body uses for cellular communication. And in this product, it is extracted from the highest grade aloe vera on the planet, and that's sourced out of Costa Rica. And Manitech, again, have the worldwide exclusive rights and patents on Manipole. And these glycans support our immune system, brain health, digestive function, and of course, cellular communication. Also in Nutriverus, the other pillar is the micronutrients, the vitamins and minerals, the antioxidants, the fruit and vegetable powders that are in the base of this product. They deliver the nutrition we need for energy, cell protection from damage, and our general overall well-being. And in addition, the base of this product is rice bran extract. Now, you may not realize that rice bran extract is actually a superfood. It's absolutely packed with nutrients, and you can see a list here on this slide. Now, many years ago, they used to throw the rice bran out, and that is because they had no way to stabilize it, and it would go rancid very, very quickly. But science has moved on, and they've been able to work out how to stabilize that rice bran so they can deliver it for human nutrition. And it's absolutely packed with these nutrients, and it forms the nutrient-rich base of Nutriverus. And so I have invited, because proof's in the pudding, I always say, you've heard a little bit about the science and why it would be benefit to add added nutrition, food-based nutrition back into our diet. So I've invited a couple of guests to share their story, either their personal story or a family story of how it's benefited them to add this Nutriverus product into their daily diet. And Sharon, I'm going to ask for your help here. I think we've got Winnie or Rhonda. I'll let you. I think we'll bring Rhonda on first, if you can.
Rhonda's coming.
Excellent. Thank you, Rhonda. I know you're traveling at this time, so appreciate you taking time to come on.
And Rhonda, you're just muted, and there you go.
As soon as it came on the computer, the funny things came up on the screen that I hadn't seen before. So working on a different computer, you think, is everything going to go smoothly? But yes, it's good to be on the sunny coast. Our mission isn't so much fun, but it's good to be up here. Good morning, everybody, and thank you, Diana, for the opportunity to share our wonderful information of our beautiful products. I'd like to firstly just acknowledge the person that introduced me to Manitech, my very dear friend Sue Skinner, and she changed my life. And of course, Karen Dennis is our team leader, and she does just such a wonderful job of supporting the team. I embraced Nutriverus when it first came out because of that extra boost that it gave you. I was taking and am taking most of the products, but I also take Nutriverus every day. it does give you more energy. And I think that's because it's got so much vitamin B. And it, of course, it's just, I have a number of clients who use only one product and use Nutriverus, and we talk about the 90-day energy makeover. And that's really what this product will do for you. Some years ago, probably about 10 years ago, my son went to Lady Elliot Island with a friend and his daughter. And at that time, they were going rough and you had to take everything. And he'd never embraced the products or any supplementation at all. And he said, we've got to take food. We can't take a lot. Have you got something that will help make sure we're getting what we need? I thought straight away, Nutriverus. So he took Nutriverus, a couple of tubs for them, and he's been taking Nutriverus ever since. He just loves the product. It's something you can sprinkle on your breakfast cereal. You can put it in dips. You can put it in, if your family will only eat rubbish food, you can put a scoop of Nutriverus in it and turn that into the most nutritious meal they'll get all day, and they won't even know. You can take it in water, you can take it in juice, you can sprinkle it on food as long as you don't cook it. Personally, Ron and I just tip the scoop on our tongue and wash it down with water. Not everybody can do that. The flavour is a bit, it's an unusual flavour, but it's certainly not unpleasant and unpalatable. But it's just something that I really love having access to. And when you're travelling, it's just super duper. If you can't take everything with you, it's most things in a jar. Obviously it's not going to give you the full core 5 or the full everything that you're taking if you're taking the other products, but it's better than nothing. It's better than nothing. That's a really poor statement, because it is a fantastic product, but it's going to get you through in difficult times. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Rhonda. I'm sure that's benefited those that have joined us this morning. And I think we've got Winnie. You can just unmute and turn your camera on, Winnie, if you're there. Maybe Sharon can help. There you are.
Should just be a second, Dana.
Okay. Thank you, Winnie. I believe you've got a family story to share.
Yeah. Hi, good morning, everyone. So my story is about my sister. She is an elderly lady, 85 years old, and she lives by herself. She had an accident 2 years ago, December 2018, and she had a fall in the toilet. She lives by herself, and so she's quite big on her body size, so she cannot get up by herself. What she did, she crawled to the lounge, which was just opposite the toilet, and she stood up, crawling on the chair, and she called me because I don't live with her. So she told me she had a fall, and I said, okay, I'm coming. And at the same time, I called the ambulance straight away. So by the time I reached her place, the ambulance was already there. So I accompanied her to the hospital, and after observations, the doctor said everything's good. So we were discharged that afternoon, and everything was okay. But I noticed after 2-3 weeks, she was becoming very confused. Very confused and forgetting everything. And at the same time, she was just lying in bed all the time. So I said to her, what happened? And she said, she didn't know. Sometimes she doesn't even recognize me. She didn't recognize me. So what I did, I took her to the hospital, to the emergency, and I told the doctor what happened. And they took her health record and saw that she had a fall 2 weeks ago. So they did a quick scan of the brain, and they found out that there's blood in the brain, hematoma. So straight away they organized a quick emergency operation. And after 4 hours in the emergency, she was taken to the ICU, and so she was recovering, not very good really. In the ward, she was always sleeping, and she could not really open her eyes. They removed her flap, and because they have to scoop all the bloods in there, and so she has no flap here. and the flap will be taken back, put back after a month, as soon as the wound has healed. So I noticed that she has not been eating, and she said that she has lost her appetite. And I said, I thought at first it was the hospital food and the medications that was affecting her. But otherwise, she's just been sleeping all the time. And I asked the physiotherapist to grab her and take her for a walk and something like that. When she was discharged, still without the flap because her wound is still fresh. So I took her home and I stayed with her for several weeks. I was like a full-time nurse for her. And she still the same, no appetite at all. So I cook her favorite food, a Filipino food. I thought she will be taking everything, eating everything, but no, she didn't. So I was thinking, what can I give her? What can I do? And I happened to glance at my products, at the Manatech products, and I said, oh, there's a Nutriverus there. So I cook another kind of food for her, and I sprinkled it on her food. And she said to me, no, I don't like to eat anymore. I said, no, try this one, try this one. And so she did, and keep on eating and eating and eating. And after that, she said to me, I didn't know you know how to cook. That's what she said. And I said, okay, yeah, no, I know how to cook. But so anyway, after that day, after 2 days, I keep giving her the Nutriverus. And on the third day, I did not give her anything. I just was testing if it's really Nutriverus that was giving her the appetite. And so she did not eat on the third day. She was just like sleeping most of the time again and was really, really lethargic. Anyway, in that on the third day in the evening, I cooked something and gave her the Nutriverus again on her food. And she ate everything again. And yeah, so Nutriverus was really a big help for my sister. She recovered her appetite for food. Now I have to tell her to stop eating. And also she regained her strength, and she is now mobilizing by herself again. So thank you, Nutriverus, and I thank you, Phil and Patsy, for introducing me to Manatech. It's really a big change in my life as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Winnie. I'm sure, again, that's given some people some insight into the power of Nutriverus. Thank you.
Thank you.
And so I need to read this. Manatech does not endorse the products for a cure of any disease nor replacement for a doctor's care, but it certainly puts back some of that nutrition that's missing from our food that our body needs for energy and well-being. So I think we've covered a little bit about this, but who can benefit from Nutriverus? The elderly, just like Winnie was describing. I've got my 91-year-old father on Nutriverus, and he takes it every morning, and it's assurance for me that he's getting at least some nutrition in his day. Children, sometimes mums need to hide the Nutriverus in a sweet drink, but it's great assurance that the kids are getting these multi-nutrients in their daily diet. People who are a bit sensitive in the gut, it's very easy and natural to absorb. People needing a general boost, or as we've mentioned already, someone looking for one product just to add in their diet to put back some of that nutrition that they know is missing. And then how to use it. Rhonda covered some of this, but the recommended amount is 1 scoop twice a day. Now, if you take 1 scoop a day, it's going to be benefiting you. You're putting real food into your diet. My experience, however, is that it's when people take the 2 scoops a day, 1 scoop twice a day, that they actually start feeling the difference. And as Rhonda said, you can add it in to a range of food. Just put it in water, add it to yogurt, smoothies, on veggies, in juices. A lot of people put it in their morning smoothie. And then as we draw this to a close, I also wanted to highlight briefly that Manatech have a heart for the global community. And they have established what I call a Nourish Yourself, Nourish Your Child program. And what this is every time our customers purchase product on a monthly basis, the company on your behalf provides nutritional supplement very similar to Nutriverus to a malnourished child, somewhere in the world. And you can see the difference that it's made for these young children whose life was a bit hopeless on the left-hand side of these photos. And you can see the transformation of having this nutrition added into their diet. It's transformed their lives and given them back hope and vitality. So there we have Nutriverus. Manitech really have brought a balance of science of nature, offering people an option of real food nutrition to add back in their diet to feel better. And so I recommend that you get back to the person that's recommended you to have a look at this education, have a discussion with them. Manitech have a whole range of nutritional supplements. It could be that some of those are great for you in addition, and have a chat about Nutriverus and how it can deliver feeling a bit better into your daily life. And with that, Sharon, I'll hand it back over to you.
And Diana, if it's okay with you, I think we'll finish with one more testimony. I think Lynn is available to offer some education
Awesome.
about children, which I think is really important, because definitely it's been an important element for my children. So Lynn. Thank you. Just
Lynn.
coming on camera now.
Better turn on my mic so you can hear me.
Yes. Thank you for being here.
Nicole sends her apologies. She's on another Zoom call for 2 hours this morning. So she gave me her permission to share with you what she did with her children, because they were little carnivores. They loved their meat, but fruit and veg just wasn't part of their daily diet. And she used to tear her hair out. So when Nutriverus came along, Nicole started putting it in all different things. And there was one day that they were sitting down to a sweet treat of hedgehog, and they were telling their mum that, you know, we know when you put it in, mum, but she would put it into dips and they wouldn't pick it up. But when it was in the hedgehog, they were sitting there telling her that they knew when she put it in, but they were hoeing into the hedgehog, not knowing that she had laced the hedgehog with Nutriverus, and she found a way to get it into them. And it really doesn't matter how you find a way, but there's always a way to do it. But one of the things that she picked up on was the kids could be sitting in a schoolroom where there was viruses going around everywhere. They could be one sat between twins that had at one stage chickenpox, but they never ever got these childhood things. She used to tear her hair out thinking, oh, they really need to get something, but no, they would sit there and not get these things. But of course that she made sure they got the glycans and the Nutriverus in some way. Now those children have grown up, and her daughter is now just turned 20 this year, and she brought home this wonderful boyfriend, and he wasn't a big eater. And Nicole, being the mum that she is, turned around and said, you really need to eat better, and tried to explain to him the importance of nutrition. Well, he would get up and grab a cup of coffee and off he'd go for the day, and he would never be hungry. He said, I'm just not hungry. And so she did the old trick. She got out the Nutriverus, she laced the hedgehog with it and handed him some hedgehog that day. She said the very next morning he got up and he said, I'm hungry today. I can't work out why I'm hungry. But suddenly his hormones had kicked in to really let him know that he had an appetite. And so it can be so important. Now, this is someone in their 20s. When she started was way back when Nutriverus came out with her 2 children, and it's been just a blessing to be able to get nutrition in when you need it. And there's always a way, whether it's a milkshake, whether it's a smoothie, whether it's a dip, whether it's a sweet treat, knowing that then it's turned into a healthy sweet treat. There's a way to get nutrition into children, regardless of their age, because some of the older ones are just as bad with their eating as some of the younger ones these days. They just gradually don't have an appetite, and that bad habit becomes detrimental to their health overall. So she's been able to turn around the boyfriend's eating so that he actually eats these days and has an appetite. So that's been a wonderful addition to the glyconutrients that they've been using all their life.
Excellent. Thank you, Lynn. Thank you for jumping in there. The
Right.
kids, I just think in the kids, it's just so important for mothers to feel assured that their children are getting adequate nutrition. I've seen Sharon, and it's delicious, added into popcorn. Got to keep me away from it.
Right. That's a great, hint, isn't it? Pop to a topping that would be really good.
Yeah, it's really nice. It's really yummy.
So what do you add? Just the
I
nutrition?
just butter, salt, and Nutriverus. Probably a heap scoop over a big serving. It's amazing. And I just want to comment what an intergenerational impact that is, isn't it? So that we're, now Manitech's been in Australasia for 20 some years. We're having generations of people impacted with good nutrition knowledge and tools that they can take to improve the family health. It's just, I feel proud.
And the result is showing up. I mean, even this week, my husband had an MRI and the doctor was blown away by, he said, I've never seen arteries that are so clear, no plaque, no, those sort of things come back to you later. So you've been doing the right thing by adding the right nutrition all these years. So it's good to see it show up that way.
Thanks, Lynn, and a great way to finish off. I'll hand over to you, Sharon.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Lynn and Diana. What a fabulous education 40 minutes we've spent together. I hope everybody can use this to make sure the gift keeps on giving. And next week on Saturday, we have James and Naomi, which will be a business focused training. And as you know, they're on the leading edge of this kind of education. So everybody's blessed when we show up. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful Saturday. I hope anybody in the path of the storms is safe later today. So have a great weekend, everyone. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Oh, Irene, she's saying sushi. Oh, very nice. That's a good idea. I should have done that last night. See, everybody. It's a community we have here. Have a great weekend, everyone.